Howdy folks, Grok the DuckFarmer here, and I'm on the FTOG Stoneblock server. Yes, the FTOG server. It's very recently opened up, and I'm happy to jump on here. Now, originally I started this series in single player, and then Midclaw set up a server for my patrons and some friends to play on, and I really appreciated that. It was great. It's more fun with people than it is by yourself. But that server, sadly, has been suffering a whole bunch of host issues where it's had a bunch of downtime. And it's none of Midclaw's fault. It's all the hosting. And that's been frustrating. And had this server not opened up, I would still be there and struggling through the crashes and the outages that they were having. But because the server is open and free to join, yes, you can join too. I decided to go ahead and jump on here and get things going, and many thank yous to Midclaw for setting up that server and getting it going. Definitely appreciate what he did there. It's just a shame that the hosts just aren't doing things right. Anyway, enough complaining about them. So FTOG, if you want to join onto the server, you certainly can. You can come here to those locations. Definitely read FTOG.net. If you've been following my stuff, you know that I love being part of the FTOG group, the Friends Through Online Gaming. And you can take a look at the Discord and join that if you haven't already. We hang out there and chat a whole bunch, and there'll be many jokes and goofy things, plus information about the server and servers will be out there. You'll definitely want to take a look at that. And then over here, we got somebody also here. There are a bunch of rules that you'll want to take a look at and make sure that you follow completely. This rule here, the stuff that you see, this pretty much don't be a jerk. But definitely read the full rules on the website and follow them all. And then once you start here in the spawn area, then you will want to do the /island create to create your own island. If you end in a biome that is ocean, you can play it there, but you might want to redo it, and the /island command will give you information on that. Just because passive mob spawning won't happen there very nicely, you can still do it. There are baits you can use from, I think it's X compression, that will do that. That will allow you to spawn chickens and pigs and sheep and whatnot, but it won't happen naturally on grass. Anyway, some /homes and stuff that you can use. And I'm going to head off to my base. And then I have to wait 5 seconds. And here we are at my base. It probably looks very similar to what my base had. Yes, I tried to recreate as much as I could what I had. Now, some of the stuff came because of rewards, like the diamond chest, not chest, but the diamond furnace that I had. That was a reward, and I don't have that, but I have gotten all my trees back, and my cobble gen is back in place. I don't have my slime sapling yet, but that will go right there when it does. And I went ahead and pounded out my area. The Tinker Fairies came and set up my smeltery again, which was very nice of them. And they did it the right way this time, in that my seared tank is right next to my crucible, so that as it generates the lava, it just pours right in, and that works out very nicely. And so the controller's over here. I've got, stuff that doesn't quite fit in there yet. It's ready for it. I've got my farm going over here, and I've got a little bit of the fertilized soil. I think this stripe is pretty much the one that does. And once I finally got my pumpkins and melons, I decided to go ahead and spread them around the outside for fun, just because, why not? The water isn't behind here, but it's back there. It's enough to keep this all nicely hydrated. And let's see. Oh, this was one of the rewards, a growth crystal from Tiny Progressions. So that should be sending out a tick to tell things to grow a little bit faster. And this fertilized dirt makes things grow way faster. So when I harvest everything, this strip is the one that grows back up faster than anything else. Anyway, so enough of that. And then over here, been working on my chickens again, and been I decided not to go with a massive set of chickens just because I only need what I need. You know, I figure I do want to have some gold chickens. So rather than breeding them up in this breeder, I've been... Wait a second. What are you yellows doing over there? You should be over here. There we go. Now we got 8 going because I want more yellow. What I've been doing is using the hatchery nesting pen to sit there and do this. And the nice thing about that is it spits out these eggs as well as the manure and flat feathers. But I want these eggs, and what I'll do is I'll take them over to here, to one of these nests, and good doink. If you have a redstone lamp above it, that will make it grow faster. And then if you actually just stand it or crouch, it will actually grow faster still. Because, you know, you're helping it to grow. That's the way it works. Anyway, the other thing that's really nice is you can come and you can feed the chicken seeds. If I got seeds here, he's got 11 minutes more before he grows up. Well, I'll just take my chicken catcher and go whack and drop him down, and he's fully grown. But there seems to be a hit in that you can see at the top breeding cooldown of 25 minutes. So it's saying, what, are you kidding me? Well, since I don't really need to breed him, let's grab my animal net. I'm going to take this guy out. He's a 232, and this guy is a 354, so that's a better one. So you come out, you're going to go over there, grab you, stick you back in there. And so now this guy, no eggs, he'll start laying some eggs, and this guy just becomes dead. But the nice thing about him being dead, that's where I've been tossing these things, he drops some good stuff, including the raw chicken. And let's steal that experience there too. So that's what I've been doing. I've got, yeah, this is kind of bugged out. Doing iron, I got this refined iron chicken. And I figured, why not? It's used for industrial craft and some other stuff. Coal chicken, because that's always nice to have. Lapis, because lapis is great for fortune on your tools. I've got a steel guy going on here, and 16, 10, 10, 10 iron chickens. They just go like gangbusters. Let's steal all that back. And 3. And then some yellow, because I've been wanting to do some floral fertilizer and stuff like that, and having yellow is very handy, but I also need the yellow to get the gold. So enough about that. Here, let's compress this up, because I like to compress these. All right, I have over here some leather. And the way I got the leather was to take cooked foods and put it on this drying rack, and it gave me leather. Well, I've got lots and lots and lots of chicken from killing these guys as they breed them up. And so that's how I'm getting my leather. And the reason why I want the leather is so that I can make some books. Let's come over here and grab some sugar cane. There we go. So there's 9 of those. Let's head back this way. I want to turn that into paper, and this is just bog standard. But I only need 3 books because I want to come over here, and now I've got a bookshelf. Let's move this out of the way. Dump this in here. Yeah, inventory management, it's always fun. Okay, what was I doing? Oh, yes, I wanted to put that down someplace. Let's put it kind of out of the way. There we go. I want to snag these 2 little bits, and some vines, and cobblestone gives me the mossy. The vines I got from growing a 2 tall jungle tree here in the center, and so that vines came from that, and I chopped them off and got what I needed. This, if you right click a bookshelf, this ball of moss, it'll take 10 levels, and it gives you this mending moss modifier. So if we put that on my pick, and it's still stone with a copper handle, but I haven't found something that's a really good head yet. I miss my liquid cobalt and cow. That was sad to have that missing. If we take a look and put this back in, it now has 0 stored XP. It can store up to 100 XP from, oh, here, let's take and put it in my offhand. So now as I pop this, let's do all of them. There. When I gotta pull it off your offhand and put it on here, wrong one, that one, yes. You can see there's 78 stored XP on it, durability of 137. If I look over it, There, it's already gone up to 140, and then it needs one more cycle, and it'll heal itself all the way up to 141. There it is, fully healed. I'm going to get, as soon as I get to more levels, I'm going to go ahead and put Mending 3 on it, because that way the copper handle, the well established, will give me experience as I mine stuff with it, and that will go first into the rod, or into my pick, and then it'll just keep repairing itself from there. And I really, really like that. Now, one of the things I don't have my cow pen over here, which is okay. If we come back over here, let's close the gates. Come over here, I've got some fluid cows, and I'm using the animal net from Hatchery to go ahead and hold on to these guys. This one's molten iridium. I'll look up and see what iridium does as far as a tool head, because maybe that would be really nice to have. I'm going with as little server hit as possible, because you can see there's lots of people here on the server. Yes, it is an open server. You can come and play, and you're welcome to come and play. Just obey the rules, have fun. Anyway, you want to make as least of a server hit as possible. These guys are more server friendly than these, because this still does a little bit of animation. There you go, which I think is just client side, but this has a little bit more of a hit than that does on the server. And having animals all just roaming around doing stuff is a bigger hit too. So that's why I have all my cows put away. Here, let's go ahead and hang that up there, twink, for later use. Let's see, that's also why I've got these hopping bonsai plants and this cobble gen, rather than having the water and lava and an auto breaker. Those work great, but again, that's a lot of tick effect on a server. Don't want to do that if you can avoid it, particularly when you've got so many people on the server. The other thing that's missing, mob farm. My mob farm was over here all the way down near bedrock. Well, there is no bedrock. All the way down near the bottom of the world, and because there's a bunch of people on the server, there's no real need to get that extra burst of mob farming down deep like that, because the mob cap is going to be hit pretty fast by all the people. So that means I'm going to go ahead and set up a mob farm up here. And to do that, just like I had some, nifty fairy magic here, I'm going to go ahead and do some nifty magic to get a mob farm set up. But I got to get things prepped. Taking a look at the quest book, I don't recall whether or not I had the second tier generator, but I think pretty much everything is the same except for the mob farm. I don't have the mob farm, no power gen. I got these two, the mystical agricultural ones. I got these two of the storage, but I think the only one that I'm missing at this point is the mob farm, and that's what I'm going to do now. Now, if I were to recreate my base like I had on the other server, I would build my mob farm all the way down in the lowest chunk on the world, and you definitely will get faster mob spawning rates there. However, because I'm on a server with lots and lots of people, that's less of an issue, because the mob spawning limits, everybody's got farms going. Yeah, it's not a big deal. So I'm going to keep it closer so there's not as much of a travel time going on. And just like I used the fairies to make the smeltery, I'm going to use Invar fairies. Now, there are people that yell and complain when they get a quest loot bag and they open it and they get an Invar hammer and they go, yay, what's the big deal with an Invar hammer? Well, people don't realize the Invar hammers are really, really handy. Now, what you have to do is you've got to name them what you want to make, and you designate how far away from where you are you want it to go. That's why I've got the 3 bangs there. I want it to be 3 away from me. And then you just aim it at the wall. And this is the wall that I had my animals in, but I'm going to have no free-ranging animals. And you just start off by pounding it. And there it goes. Whoa, there it is going. Did that just... Oh, nope, there it goes. I think it's done. I think it's done. Let's go take a look and see what we got here. So what did they do? We got a area. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Looks like a 9x9 area. And ooh, looks like we got some lights to turn things on and off. Very nice. What do we got here? Ooh, yes, I know what this is. This is the mob masher. That's a good thing to have. Ooh, looks like we've got an absorption hopper already set up. Items down, fluid to the west. Trash can fluid, perfect. That way you can just kind of get rid of the XP because at this point I don't care. Put witch water above sign optional. Interesting. I don't know how that would work with the Enderman. I'm going to guess that right here we're going to put the mob masher, and that probably went, yeah, right into there. But it's not on. Oh, yeah, that's because it needs... Yeah, let's run over here. That's because it needs a redstone signal to turn that on. Okay, so let's do that. If only we had some sticks or some cobble. Okay, I've got lots of both. Let's make a lever. You know, if I were super rich in resources, I could just put a block of redstone underneath it, and then it would run forever. But, you know, I like being able to go, hey, you can be off. And now you can be on. And now it's off, but it's got a weird glitchy sort of thing. Okay, that's definitely on. Okay, that's just a weird thing. My guess is it's just a visual glitch. I'm not sure if I want to put witch water here just because I think Enderman may teleport away. Although that would be fantastic for skeletons. Huh, how tall is this thing? It's hard to see. Let's go ahead and break these. So if that's 1, 2, 3. Okay, so this is tall enough for the Enderman to go into here. Let's see how much damage. Oh, this is slow. Ooh. Oh, that's because it's off. On. Oh. Okay, 2 hits and that almost killed me. Oh man, that would have been my first death, but I think we will avoid that. Okay, so it is definitely 3 high in here. If we wanted to do wither skeletons, then what we could do is put a block, one of these stone slabs on the top, so it's 2.5 tall, and that way skeletons could spawn, and then as they come through, if they touch the witch water at the end, then they would turn into wither skeletons, and I think we'd probably just leave those last few to be, 3 tall. That way they could just, get hit, die, and that would be a good thing. So, okay, that means witch water. Also, I need a storage system. Now, this is piping down, and it pretty much has to go down if we were putting water above. So let me figure out what I want to do for transportation and storage. We've got a... Yeah, this can go away. Here, I've got a tool. I'm thinking... I kind of like how they set up the walls. They look nice, but I'm thinking I may need more space for it, or possibly to put it into the walls. I don't know. I'm going to have to figure out what to do. Storage drawers, quite possibly. I really like storage drawers, but I need to see if I've got the stuff I need. I may have to go to the nether to get some nether quartz, because I think the storage drawers require, the controller at least, requires a... You didn't... Ooh, I don't... They didn't make that little guard thing on the top. Okay, that's not good. I'm going to clear out my base because I've got all sorts of ooh, a rooster. They've got all sorts of baddies and weird stuff in here. So let me do that and figure out storage, and I'll be back. You can can't see me. Do you like that nice little effect? I added the glowstone, the refined glowstone. That's what it was. I got some of that from the loot, melted it in the smelter, added it to my pickaxe here, and I'm invisible when I'm holding it, which I think is really cool. But there's more. Let's talk a few things. Yeah, that's where I decided to put my nether portal, but I'm not going to go out there, probably not in this episode. Nobody wants to see me running and screaming around through the nether going, yeah, no. This is witch water. So I put some dirt here, and then I had some of the funky ancient spores, I think it is, yeah. And then just put it on there, let it spread. And it gave me mushrooms too. And the water in here slowly over time turned into witch water. So I'm going to go ahead and grab that. We can insert the joke of, what water? That water. Witch water? Yes, it is. All right. What I am going to do, I could either have the nether portal toggle on or off, which I might do. But with this setup, there's not any room. I probably won't. I will go ahead and dig out the mycelium, dig the ground a little bit deeper, and then I'm going to put this on top. This is lapis glass, and lapis glass is physical for players, but not for everything else. So if pigmen come wandering in and they walk out, they'll fall right down. And I'll put some punji sticks or something like there just to kill them off, and that way they're not going to be roaming around my base. I already have enough of the Enderman walking around. In fact, yeah, there's one over there. That's one of the other things that this pitchfork pickaxe does, is it outlines the mobs. Oh, I think that's really cool. All right, so yeah, as much as I appreciated what the fairies did to kind of set up the base, or the mob farm here, I decided to go ahead and add a little things like, okay, we got a strip of wood and some stone here. I've been doing grass all over, but I don't want mobs spawning back here. Well, except for the stinking Enderman. I don't want them spawning around here. I also went ahead and dropped this a level lower. Here's a storage crate for right now, and there's nothing in it. My idea was that the stuff will go into here, and then I'll set up storage drawers. Like that'll be maybe a storage drawer controller, so it'll go in, and then I'll set up some drawers here. But I have to do the nether before that's going to happen. And then this over here, here's where I can put in my witch water. And if I just go blurp, and if we jump, you can see that it, okay, you can't barely see. It's right on top of the mob masher and off to the two sides. So as they come in, they're going to be forced into that witch water. Plus, I made this little addition here. There's a piston right there that I can turn that on and off. I figured that way if I want regular mobs, okay, what does witch water do? It'll turn skeletons into wither skeletons, and it'll turn creepers into charged creepers, and both of those are handy. Any zombie villagers will get turned into witches, and so that'll work out very nicely too. So you know, more drops. This I went ahead and updated the mob masher, and that was just lapis and gold and redstone, and I had enough of that I could do. Let's actually turn that on, and let's see how it goes. I don't think I'm going to get super huge amount of mobs for right now. Don't look at the Enderman. Don't look at the Enderman. Okay, and there it's, wow, like it's very dark in there. All right, so let's back out so we're away from it enough. And I haven't counted. Oh wait, I just see some guys in there right now. Oh, I actually want the spawning of, or the skeletons to be turned into wither skeletons. I actually do want that. Let's go ahead and turn that off. Water's flowing, the witch water there. Okay, cool. I will update that so that it has the full damage and beheading, so we can get more. Yep, there's a spider. Oh, I should put punji sticks up at the top, just because spiders are obnoxious. They always gum up everything. But I think that will certainly work. This should allow me to get the the wither skeleton drops, like the cursed earth, which will make this farm go much, much faster. The cursed earth from the drop of evil, the wither skulls, so I can sit there and make some wither some actual withers and kill them. All of those should be doable without actually going to the into the nether, and so that should be fantastic. Because, you know, unlike some people who love the nether, I don't like it too much. I just keep seeing them occasionally spawn in there. Not super amounts of spawns, but I think that's more spawn space there right now than normally is in my base before I moved over here. And if we take a look, yeah, we got a bunch of people on the server right now, which is fantastic, and people are making all sorts of progress here. Well, let's go ahead and... I'm hiding underneath my tree. Yeah, I grew this here so that these bad guys couldn't get me. Anyway, let's go ahead and end the episode, because you can't see me. Okay. Let's go ahead and it was something where you can't see me, and you can admire my cool bow tie. I like it. So, I think at this point, I'm back to where I was. If not slightly more advanced, in that I've got a more automatable mob farm that'll get me wither skeletons, which is very nice, and hopefully get some good stuff with the looting in there. It's going to take a while to kill them, but that's okay. They can just take their time and die. But, yep, now I got to get a little bit better, expand my base a little bit more, and maybe put down something that'll stop these endermen from spawning in here, because I don't like that. They're obnoxious, and they're jerks. But they haven't taken any of my grass, so that's okay. Anyway, this has been Grok the Duck Farmer here on the FTOG Stoneblock server, having too much fun. And you can too. Thanks for watching.